Gather around and let me tell you a tale about a married duo. Time-strapped, but determined to conquer Rust's endgame. With just a few hours to play each night, we set out with 3 ambitious goals for this wipe. Build a safe base, get rockets, and have some fun. And while we knew we wouldn't be the best on the server, we weren't here just to survive. We wanted to compete. To do that, every moment had to count. And that's why as soon as the server wiped, we jumped in. Our goal was to build at launch, because it's such a good place to get scrap, and we knew we needed to research blueprints. With everyone running towards their build spots, we knew the first few minutes could be make it or break it. Any setback now could cost us that location, or worse, leave us stuck battling nearby neighbors instead of progressing. After racing across half the map, we were relieved to see that our target location was unclaimed. Along the way, I had picked up some mats, enough to build a starter base. I was looking for a flat enough spot to build a bunker, but not too near the launch line so that I wouldn't have room to expand. And I was also looking for a higher area, because in the past we've built in valleys and had other players build bases right on top of us where they could look into our roof. And that caused a lot of trouble for us. Now, this is a design that I've used a few times. I was still learning it, but I had the basic layout in my mind, at least the starter. I really liked it because it had a bunker, and it's small. It's actually, I think, intended probably for a solo, but we don't really like to farm mats all that much, so the less upkeep, the better. I worked to quickly put our TC down because I knew we weren't alone on the server, and it would only be a matter of time before other players showed up.
You may want to jump in for this part. Fix my stick.
Yep. Got some crafting to do anyway. Need more stone, I got tons. There's people coming.
No way.
Hurry up. Good shit. Done. They got an RTC.
How?
Did you not seal that? Why do they have guns?
This was so unlucky. The whole run home, I had the echoes of them eco-raiding RTC in my brain. I didn't know what we were going to find when we got there. Were they going to be camping the base? Would they have griefed us? I couldn't believe this group with an early game gun had found the one triangle that I hadn't upgraded yet and then killed us. It was such a relief to look down and see the TC with all of our stuff still in there and no one camping the base.
I think they were just happy to get all that stone.
I can't believe I opened the door. That was not smart.
What's in the TC right now?
Stone, wood.
Okay, note that. Alright. I almost have enough for a furnace, that's what I was asking.
And a furnace is exactly what we needed. We needed a metal door as soon as possible to protect ourselves from these other players. We knew they had a gun, and they knew exactly where we lived. We didn't know who these players were yet, but we didn't think this would be the last we'd be seeing of them. To be honest though, it was at this moment, with all my adrenaline swirling, I was feeling really frustrated with myself. I had made 2 critical mistakes that could have cost us our amazing start. First, I hadn't prioritized upgrading the triangle above the TC when I was building, which easily could have gotten our TC eco-rated. Then, when Sicilian called out that they'd broken the twig in our TC room, I opened the door to try to repair it, which gave them the perfect opportunity to kill us on the spot. My heart was still racing from our close call, but you know what? This was a lesson. We're still learning Rust, and everyone makes mistakes. This game isn't about being perfect. It's about resilience and not giving up. If we were to reach rockets this wipe with the little time that we had, we needed to bounce right back.
Wait, can you let me out? I'm just like sitting here.
Whoops. I know, Sicilian hates when we have key locks. And yes, I'm a terrible duo. I left him there for a minute when I went to go get trees because we need to smelt metal and we need to honeycomb the base.
I have a feeling they may come back.
Find animals.
I can do that when you let me out.
Oh, he mad. With the extra wood, we made a few doors so that we could make an airlock. This would prevent us from getting deeped on if we had door campers.
Building airlock.
Here, let me come out. Alright.
I also added a little honeycomb because if this group was lucky enough to get a gun out of their first crate, then they also might get a satchel pretty quick too.
Get the furnaces.
I'm making one furnace, that's all I got.
With our furnace down, we were one step closer to being protected by a metal door, which means that no one can Molotov raid us. And I think for Sicilian, more importantly, we were closer to having code locks. So he could let himself in and out of the base as he needed to.
We have a Oxum's near us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna check that out.
We were in such a good location. Not only were we right next to launch, but we also had Oxums nearby. This meant whenever we had scrap or good items that we found, we could run it right home and not risk losing it to other players. And while this might seem less exciting than going for big runs, when you're working efficiently and you only have so much time to spend playing, it makes sense to take what you have and use it to progress immediately. Which is why we started thinking about how could we get a gun? And we came up with the idea that if we farmed scrap along the road, recycled it at Oxums, we could buy a Revo at Outpost. And that's what we set out to do. But we were not expecting what happened next.
Wanna try to go to the recycler?
I'm going to Oxum's. Good sign as if there's crates.
Yep, melt crate is here. There you go.
After recycling, we went home to stash our hard-earned scrap.
Oh, you gotta let me in. Hopefully we will be past that stage. Let's do one steel door first, and then I can't imagine anyone has Molotovs this early though. There's no way, unless they found one and then researched them and then made a shit ton of them. I think it's better to just do code locks, just so we can function.
Metal door and code locks. Everybody's happy.
Cleansing breath. Damn it! I fucking knew it.
Oh yeah, remember those guys with guns? They hadn't forgotten about us. And we hadn't forgotten about them either. Not only had they taken our resources right when we built our base, made us run all the way back and slowed our progress, now they were door camping us. Let's just say we had a target for our rocket raid.
I'm feeling more and more like going to get the fucking Revos. They're just gonna keep camping us with a T1 SMG. So they had an amazing start. Get a T1 run over to us, get us right as before we've placed our last piece, and they get all of our loot.
Have you found their base?
No, I don't see it.
While I farmed some trees, Sicilian looked for their base, but couldn't find it. He did find something else though.
There's a shit shack above us. Must be theirs?
Ooh, I love a good machete shack raid.
I feel like that wasn't there before.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think that was there.
Like right on top of our base.
Is there a
Must
bag?
There's a box. No bag. I think they just threw this shit down.
So thoughts on macheteing it?
No. We get guns and I want to start running launch.
So we grabbed our scrap and off we went.
We get into it and it starts going sideways. You run. You run. Run for your life. Are you sick? We just like... Ah, man.
Jackhammer was big. Jackhammer allows us to farm at a much more rapid rate. And for a duo who doesn't have a lot of time and we're trying to progress and stay safe, this was going to be so big.
You should just be hitting every barrel along the road.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm coming. I got a P2.
Oh.
Alright, we don't need to research. A Revo.
This was big. This was such a good find on top of the jackhammer. On this short run to Outpost, we found two very important items. The P2 would give us a huge advantage in fights and allow us to stand up to our neighbors who had the custom. The nice thing about finding the P2 on the way to Outpost is that we had all of the scrap to research it. There was no chance we were going to lose it on the way home. So now, all we needed was our tier 2 so that we could make P2s and have enough for both of us.
Or you want to dance?
I got another boar coming at you. Jackie him.
We were still a little short on scrap, so we went back to Oxum's for another run.
$361. Almost got the T2 already.
Yeah, we got 130.
Hell yeah. That's basically it. I'm gonna hit Oxum's one more time.
Is that you on the road?
Uh-huh.
Running right by me?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know I was there?
Mm-hmm. I check the map every 10 seconds. I want to know where you are all the time. We're gonna be one of the only people with real weapons right now.
It's okay.
They're making T2s. How's that for early game?
Yeah.
Hour and a half P2s. Let's fucking go.
Love it. I think it's lunchtime, right? Ready?
Alright, I'm fucking ready too.
Bullets?
They're crafting. There you go.
Something I've learned about Rust is that you only truly lose if you quit. Even after getting killed twice by our early gun neighbors, we didn't let it slow us down. In just 90 minutes, we farmed up a tier 2 workbench and got insanely lucky with a P2 drop from a crate. Now, fully kitted, we couldn't help but wonder, could we snowball our momentum at launch?
Oh, I got your switch box.
Nice.
Damn, I almost got your whole electric system.
We just need the furnace.
The main hard thing to get.
That's all. Big deal.
As a duo with only a few hours to play each night, electric furnaces are a way for us to keep up with groups who have more time to grind. We could keep sulfur and metal cooking while we're out having adventures and looking for rockets.
I think there's definitely people here. Okay. I'm gonna just start getting stuff recycling while we're here. Why not? Bradley, I didn't miss you at all. These office buildings are pretty good, actually, when they're stocked.
Yeah, they can be.
Launch site is the best!
Stuff in here.
Sadly, launch was a ghost town, not a player in sight. We got a bunch of scrap, which would be important to research items that we were finding. And with our prime base location right next to launch, we could drop everything off quickly.
What is it that you want from satellite? A card?
Yeah, and I want to kill people. I assume that there's people running that. Got these guns, man. I want to use them.
Yeah.
After that, we did run satellite and didn't find any action. It wasn't until we were running home that we heard something.
They give him an custom.
Oh, how am I taking radiation?
Oh, there's someone coming south.
I'm opposite from you.
He's coming down from the mountain. No, you're very close. Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna pincher him. Pincer him.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to flank maybe. I don't know if he saw me or you. He definitely heard
Saw
you.
me. Shooting arrows at me. He's a fucking scrub.
I'm gonna go up behind him.
Alright, I'll keep him busy. Shooting arrows directly across me, 240, but it's gonna be slightly too.
Do a duo somewhere.
Pushing up.
Am I close to him?
Yeah, you're getting close.
Yeah. There's a blue shirt. Was he blue?
I don't think so. I couldn't really tell. There's a guy grubbing. I hit him.
There's one behind me. There's two of them. You good?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know where he is. Fair warning. I'm like half health. Do you see him?
Yes. He just hit me with a crossbow. I'm gonna die. He's pushing me. Get ready. Shit. How do you know he's looting me right now? Straight ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I completely whiffed.
Shot shock. Careful. Yes, babe. I got my bag too. Good call on the bags.
There's gotta be another one.
I killed the other one.
Blue shirt guy?
I killed another guy.
This fight was wild. There was originally a guy, and then there was another guy who I ended up chasing, and we never found him. But we killed this guy and got all of his loot, and through some lucky foresight, we put a bag down just in case one of us died while we were out here. So Sicilian was ready to back into the game.
There's the bed. They're gonna be coming back. We gotta move.
That's clutch, babe. Good job. I got one, you got the other. Very nice.
After we ran home, Sicilian had to get off for a little while, so I spent some time upgrading the base. This is a cool little base design that I was excited to build. It has a bunker down on the bottom level. It has enough room for electric furnaces down there. We made the mistake of putting electric furnaces on the second floor, and when you set the bunker up, then you have to disconnect and reconnect them, which defeats the purpose of having them because oftentimes overnight you throw in a bunch of metal and sulfur and let it cook, then you come back and you have all of the materials that you need. This base has a second floor, and then third floor shooting floor, and then a roof on top. It's not super big, so there aren't spaces for lots of boxes and loot rooms and beds, but for 2 people, it absolutely does the job. The upkeep is really low, but it can be really safe, especially when you start upgrading the walls to metal, and the entire inside of the bunker can be high qual. We hoped we wouldn't have to defend any online raids, but we would be ready. Instead, we wanted to be the ones who were raiding. By the time Sicilian got back on that night, I had done a lot of work to build out the base and make it a little bit stronger. I think you liked the upgrades.
I noticed your box right here at the top.
Isn't that cool? That's a drop box. And look, so eventually there's gonna be a garage door right where you're standing, and I can shoot you right from here.
A lot of these features are for an online, which hopefully
happens.
Yeah, we always end up getting
offline.
Which always happens. We need to set up a seismic sensor
so that we can get on.
Yeah,
Yeah, because in the middle of the night you really want to be doing that. At that point I'm like, it's yours. So the base that I raided was at where the 1 is on our map. Green 1. So not far away. Because he had like 2/3 of a base. He had doors, he had everything. It was like karma for what happened to us.
While Sicilian was offline, I was on my way to farm some stone nose to expand the base. I spotted a guy building up right between our base and Oxum, so I ran over. I caught him just as he was putting his last twig up and evicted him. We didn't have any neighbors close by, and that's how we wanted to keep it. We all know that feeling when you're coming home with some fat loot, only to be DB'd at your airlock by some naked. Not today. After I showed Sicilian all of my hard work, we ran over to Train Yard so that we could get the red card and eventually run launch.
Okay, sneaky. Okay, scientists are here. It's a good sign. No one's cleared this yet. Other switch is active. Don't go off too far. Shotgun trap.
Yay.
Backpack, nice. Autocrafter.
Ooh, we wanted one of those.
We recently discovered how useful the autocrafter is, especially for making meds, because you can leave the resources in there and they make it so that when you come back and have to run back out into the fray, you always have syringes.
Okay, I'm coming out.
Okay, I'm here.
Are you watching for anyone?
I am? No, I have my finger in my nose.
I don't know, maybe you're looking for cloth still.
Guard duty can be so boring that even picking cloth seems fun, but it's an important part of the game, and it's how you succeed as a duo. You watch each other's backs, you play together, you get the loot home. And you're about to see why it's so important, because we're going to take the red card we just got and go over to launch. But first, we had one magical update to make.
Fernie!
What?
Electric Fernie.
You researched into it?
I did. I could not.
Did you save it up for syringes this time?
No, wait. I have no idea.
The amount of time that the electric furnace saves on chopping wood, it is worth every bit of scrap.
It's fine. Okay.
Now we were ready for launch. Launch night is a pretty tough monument to run. You have to kill scientists, sometimes it's dark, you get extreme radiation, but there's really good loot at the top of this building. The other tricky thing is you have to figure out how to get back down, and either you can run a jump puzzle going downstairs, or there are some ways to get off the side of the building. And Sicilian's been experimenting with those, and sometimes he gets it, sometimes he doesn't. He's been doing it all by himself, which is amazing. So he's become the master of launch site.
Okay. Blending breath.
You're learning.
You can meet me maybe to escort me back.
Okay.
Although the last few times we were collecting scrap and launch, we hadn't seen anyone. We decided to run over together because the launch site puzzle was high risk, high reward. Sicilian made a lot of noise fighting the scientists in the building, but the crates can drop explosives and AKs, so it's worth it. I spent the entire rust night running around launch, bored, until I saw this.
I thought. Nope, that wasn't the right one.
Oh, that's a guy. There's a guy hiding down here. I'll try to kill him.
I can draw his fire.
I don't know if it's one or more. I see one so far creeping around.
I don't see him.
He's wearing like a brown hazy. Oh, there he is.
See him.
He's looking at me, I'm sure. He's by the I hit him really good.
Fucking see him. There.
I think I killed him. Is there another one?
Yep, hit him twice. He's hiding in the corner by the barricade.
My barricade?
No, he's going towards
Okay.
the barricade crate things.
Got him. Okay.
Nice. I'm jumping off, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. You gotta grab the backpack.
What?
Okay. Come to me. You should see me
Where?
on the map. Outside. Right there.
Where are you?
Dead.
There it is. Alright. You coming back?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Alright, let's unpack that madness. While Sicilian was showing his mastery of the launch puzzle, I was on guard duty. Eyes peeled, P2 ready, and sure enough, there was a player creeping around the area. I quickly dispatched him. Then boom, get his duo. Sicilian then yeets himself off the launch's roof. According to the plan, I was there to pick up all the goodies. And oh, the sweet twist of fate. These weren't just random players with an LR and Tommy. It was the same duo who killed us minutes into the wipe and then door camped us. Poetic justice. Now, I'd love to say we hunted those guys down and raided their base for a proper finale to this story. But here's the reality. We never found their base. Turns out, this was the last time we crossed paths with them, all white. But don't you worry, this isn't the end of the story, as we set our sights on a bigger target. We couldn't let that C4 go to waste.
He was... Here, I'll show you exactly where... Military tunnel. Oh, they're running mill tunnels, that's what. Yeah, mill tunnels is like the best. It's what we should be doing when we get more geared. Some MP5s and shit. We have the cards now to do it too.
Do you just have like grub gear on? No, you have the little spacesuit.
Yeah. I can put grub gear on.
There, I am a grub. Hello, fellow grubs. If we're running around, I'm gonna put down a bag for both of us wherever we're going.
Okay.
I like to spread our wings.
I think this is pretty radioactive, so my suit will let me in. I think you're gonna die. Did you bring that bone suit? Oh yeah. I just want to see if it's them. There he is. Both of them running towards Mill Tunnel right now. I wonder if they're going to counter.
Let's see how far I can get. Darkazi.
Yeah, hold on, babe. Hold on. Oh, shit, the other one's here. Oh, I killed one. Killed one. They're in the recycler. Right there, that building inside. Killed one.
So radioactive.
He's still in
Are
there.
you running back?
He closed the door. I wasn't running back.
Why?
Alright, I'll run back.
Oh, I almost got him.
And that's how we met CM Rune. We were looking for the duo that we had been fighting with, and we found someone new.
Hi.
Hello. Where is abandoned military base? Oh man, it's over there in the desert.
Abandoned military base was pretty good for scrap, but its unique characteristic, and the reason that Sicilian was probably asking about it, I think had more to do with it's the place to launch MLRS. Those are rockets that you can use to raid other people's base, but it requires MLRS rockets and then also an aiming module. Well, launch site is a great place to get MLRS rockets, and Sicilian's last run happened to get us one. I suspect that's why he was asking. We'll see.
Look how fast it is. It is fast.
Near Oxum, Sicilian spotted a base with a soft-sided wall. To prove me wrong that it would take a long time to jackhammer out, he decided to bring our Tier 1 workbench to go do just that. Despite the soft-sided wall, suggesting that the players who live there might not know what they're doing or have the best loot, if it was easy enough to get through, it could be worth it. A jackhammer can break through the soft side of a wall, which is basically the back side of it, which you would normally have facing inward. But it breaks over time, so you need a workbench nearby so that you can repair it over and over again.
This boar's just hanging out with us. It's raiding with us.
Apparently. So is this fucking helicopter.
I was hanging out nearby because, as we just saw, duos need to stick together. But I didn't see anyone, and Sicilian continued jackhammering until he got through the wall.
Bing!
That's not boxes. I guess he's back to jackhammering. And while he continued to eco-raid the base, I ran over to Oxum's to see if I could find some scrap. We weren't seeing a lot of action, and I wanted to be useful. Little did I know, I was going to find something much better than scrap.
Farm grind. Oh, supply signal.
I ran straight home after finding the supply signal. Our base was fairly defensible with the shooting floor already built, so I decided to call in our crate to see if we could get some more C4. I ran up to the top of the base, really hoping that it was going to land directly in the center, because then we wouldn't have to fight other players who came to try to take the crate from us. Seeing that it wasn't going to fall exactly in the middle of the base, safely on our roof, I knew that I would have to protect it. It was at this point that I asked Sicilian to come back and help me, just in case.
Yeah. Let me watch the front now. Jackhammer!
Yes! You're not allowed to use it.
I won't. I'll just take another pickaxe.
Oh, you can take it.
No. I only have 50 to go. I can do it with a pickaxe. Just takes a while.
Just take the jackhammer. We have other shit to do. Take it.
Well, it wasn't C4, but Sicilian did get a fresh new jackhammer that he could use to continue his eco raid. And I was expecting to get shot in the back the entire time, so the fact that we got it without a fight was super easy. The server population was low because it was morning in NA, but that would change before too long.
Trust your husband. Gots to go.
After knocking down the second wall with our new Jackie, Sicilian found out he still couldn't get in the base. It was at this moment we made the pivotal decision to stop messing around and to start using explosives. We researched our satchel and made a bean can from our second satchel so that we could start explosive raiding.
Okay, so we have 10 satchels. We have that. We have guns. I'll bring some wood, I guess. We want a TC when we get there.
Putting a TC down on a base that you raid serves two purposes. One, you can put a door down and protect yourself from being counter-raided. And also, it's sometimes nice to have a flank base. A base where you can spawn, get rekitted, and get back into the fight. Coming from a new direction can even surprise the other players that you're fighting with. So we plan to put a TC down to make this base our own after we got into it. With the cover of night, we ran down to the base to finish what we started. We couldn't wait to see, were there going to be boxes filled with loot? Or was it going to be just a couple of prim kits? There was only one way to find out.
Lagging right now because I have 8 of them on there and none of them have gone on. I heard our first
dead.
2 dead.
Pretty good.
So far. Yeah, C4 is the way to go. I used to have 2 of them. It's over. 3 of them dudded. What? Last one. Oh my god.
Hurry!
They get you killed because of this shit.
Come on.
Oh my god. Love C4. I mean, love SAT. Alright.
TC?
Nope. We had one more door to go through.
We were not giving up, but as I ran home to craft up some satchels, something caught my eye.
There's someone creeping up on you.
There is?
Yeah, right here, between those 2 rocks.
Are they coming toward you, or are they coming toward me?
Nah, they look like they're coming towards you. Well, they didn't know. They were sneaking around. They must have heard you run by, hit the scientist.
Oh, yeah. I probably dusted them then. I'm out of there.
Airdrop crates are a great source of C4. Sicilian planned to grab a crate at Satellite Dish while I was crafting satchels. But when he called out to say that he was fighting with a duo, I immediately went to help him.
Might just be him. They have the same weapon. I thought that he got his friend up.
Around this rock. I'm just gonna go over the rock. Look, he's right below you, I think.
Oh. There you go. Good shit.
This was so worth. 2 satchels, several guns. Awesome.
You have the bag?
I'm coming. Yep. I'm kind of far. I'm like 4 grids out. Yeah, so the other guy must be dead.
Did you have satchels?
No.
He had satchels.
Hey?
Yeah.
We got the airdrop thing.
How close are you?
Not that close. I would say just run.
Finding a few barricades, I decided to hold the body instead of running away. We earned this loot. Oh! That surprised me.
How close are you?
I'm running up. I'm getting shot at. There's another guy here too.
What the fuck is this gun?
There, you got him. Get me up, I got 20 seconds.
Where are you?
Crawling down the mountain of the guy you just killed.
I'm gonna drop Tommy for you, right here.
Yes.
There's another body. You wanna go for that or not? Here, down here, grab this guy's stuff.
There was the last body I didn't even get to yet. This is probably egregious, to be honest. I just know I killed this guy over here. It was the first one I killed. Where's this? Oh, here's his backpack. Oh my god!
You loaded?
Yes! But yeah, he had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 syringes.
Wow. They had a red card.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. They must have been going to do tunnels or something.
I didn't look at their names.
Oh, I do
You
see
do?
an asshole. Yeah, 310, really far away though, like train yard distance. He's running to train yard.
When we got back to our base, we spotted a player outside. But rather than initiating another fight, we decided to finish our raid.
Good. That'll work. Oh, there we go. The wood door?
That's what we got. Pretty grubby.
Yeah, pistol.
So far, the loot was not looking promising for the amount that we had spent on this raid.
Maybe this will be the one.
No, it's
not
not.
doing anything?
Why?
Whoa! That's a weird box.
Turns out our instincts were right, that a base with a soft side was not going to be full of good loot. But at least now we had a flank base. We went back to our base to get ready for another roam.
Hi. Hi.
Alright, focus. Off to...
Oh, now she's not gonna leave. She's like, yes, I am here.
I am dog.
I am dog.
After giving our dog some well-deserved pats, we decided to run over to military tunnels. I've never run at the monument before, so Sicilian was going to show me the ropes.
Look at this little base. This is new. Hello. Okay, see that mine? There's a fucking polar bear on it. Okay, well, they know we're here now.
As we ran into the military tunnel, we kept our eyes peeled for the duo that we knew who had been running this non-stop since the server started.
Alright, let's just clear it.
We cleared the tunnel of scientists and we got a lot of really great loot, but we never ran into the other duo.
We're up to 10 MLRS now.
As we approached our base, we could breathe a sigh of relief that we had made it home with another bunch of loot. It was then that Sicilian shared that we'd managed to collect 10 MLRS. Those are rockets that we can use to attack someone's base. They do a fair amount of damage when you have a lot of them, but it would mean that we would need to fly over to military base to launch them, which wasn't close to us.
Yeah, we gotta run rig to get a locked crate.
If we were going to accomplish our ultimate goal for this wipe, a big rocket raid, we needed to secure rockets, and there was no better place to find them than oil rig.
Our box looks pretty good. I always wondered how people got all these weapons. I'm like, oh, they probably just make them. Like, nope, we have taken these off of people. That feels good.
We arrived back at base after a few quick roams, and couldn't help but feel a sense of pride as we looked over how much loot we had accumulated over the course of the wipe. Our base was pretty much fully built, our boxes were stocked, and everything felt like it was falling into place. But with our scrap reserved for crafting a Tier 3 workbench, we couldn't justify spending it on a mini to fly to oil rig just yet. That's when we noticed a locked crate had spawned at train yard. Locked crates don't guarantee rockets, but there's a small chance, and that's all we needed to get moving. But on the way there, something caught our eye.
Oh, did I get my... Okay, good.
That base is getting big.
Huh, that was that little wooden base, wasn't it?
You're on it right now. Wanna beam him?
Look at him go. Oh my god! There's another guy left by the wood cabin.
Yeah.
Dead.
Got him.
Yeah, man, this gun is...
Beamer. Oh, he has a gun.
After killing these players a few times, we checked out their base and realized that they hadn't transferred their loot from their wooden base to their big base. This was too easy of a raid opportunity to pass up, so Sicilian ran home to get some shotguns and shells.
There we go. PC's out. Okay. And yes, he did have scrap, 500 something. There's our mini.
Yeah, that was worth.
Good call, man.
With that very quick raid, we were now up 500 scrap, and we knew exactly what we wanted to do next. Buy a mini, take to the skies, and get to oil rig. Things were going smoothly at first. We cleared out the scientists, looted a few crates, but then disaster struck.
He's coming. Oh! I'm stuck.
No, I'm down. You got this. Stay alive. You can do it. Not only did Sicilian make it home, but he found rockets. Thinking back to how far we've come this wipe, it's honestly insane. We started with nothing, scraping by with eco raids, looting launch site, and doing whatever we could to get ahead. Every door we managed to break down felt like a tiny victory. But we were always chasing something bigger, louder. And now, with rockets in our box, it was time. I farmed up the sulfur we needed to get started. Remember that duo who had been farming military tunnels earlier in the wipe? Sicilian had run into them again while chasing an airdrop, and it led him straight to their base. They killed him, secured the airdrop, and left us with another grudge to settle. We hadn't been able to track down the base of the early gun duo who had killed us at the start of the wipe. But this felt like the next best thing. This base had to be filled with MP5s.
Yeah, I think just with the rockets alone, that'll get us through steel and then high qual wall. And then we can use C4 for targeted stuff.
We had a plan. All we had to do was put all the moving pieces into place. Oh yeah, and they had turrets. This was it. The moment we had been waiting for. I set up a raid base with an auto turret, and Sicilian flew the Mini over to launch the MLRS strike.
Hello?
They're flying.
Did I not aim correctly? I should put it dead on. It did like nothing.
Did like nothing. We got that back wall off, which is not super helpful for us.
As cool as the MLRS was, it didn't end up being effective at destroying the wall between us and their base. Instead, it destroyed the compound wall on the opposite side of the base, which at first we didn't think much of, but this would come back to bite us. With that section of the wall gone, enemy players had an easy way to slip inside and take cover without being exposed to our auto turret. And it didn't take long for that loud boom to attract all sorts of counters.
Rocket launcher here. Some automatic rifle, I guess that'll do.
Okay, he's out there at 340.
Okay. Coming, dear.
Should I just try to core it out from the bottom?
Yeah, I guess so.
What did
Yeah.
you aim at?
I was aiming at the auto turrets. I don't think we can hit those from here. We gotta hit the same spot though. Where are we aiming? I'm aiming for the right of the ramp. Watch. There.
Oh,
Now
you're
what?
trying to go through the wall? I was just trying to go through the building and then we would run
I was
around.
trying to go through the building.
Oh, hit the green. Try to hit the green building.
That was good.
Right below the other turret.
Am I hitting too low? Oh, it's gone now.
Going through the wall.
It's all good. It's gone now.
We gotta go fast. We should just chug through this if we can.
We were approaching the final hour of time we had left to play this wipe. We knew we wanted to squeeze in this one last raid before saying goodbye to all of our hard-earned progress. But with the clock ticking down, we started to feel the pressure. We rushed things, cut corners we wouldn't normally cut, and that haste gave a huge advantage to anyone willing to play the long game. While we were focused on pushing forward as quickly as possible, they had all the time in the world to set up counters, wait us out, and pick their moment. And, well, that's exactly what happened.
Are they online now?
That's behind us.
Everyone's trying to get in on this.
Wood. They're getting up to the top of our base. They may come around and look right at us, actually.
That's alright, this is the last rocket, so... Hello, boys! Oh, that's it.
That's it.
And I see the, well, there's the high qual, so we could C4 that, and then we're in. I think. Hey, here comes everybody.
Yep. Get off of there.
Oh, it's a heavy with a shield!
What?
That's amazing.
Sicilian decided to
guess.
try to throw grenades up to the top of our roof
those
to kill
needs?
the
Okay.
counters.
Wish me luck. No! I couldn't get the second one off.
Yeah, well, it didn't matter anyway. It didn't go where you wanted it to go.
Oh! He's outside. Alfaba. Okay, so Rango and them are the ones that are inside then, looking at everything. And then we got guys on our roof, and then we got Alfaba behind us. But the guys on the roof aren't shooting at anyone else. They're just waiting for us to open the door, I think. They think we're gonna, like, forget that they're there, or think they left or something.
We were pinned down, surrounded by players on all sides, and the pressure was mounting. With only a short time left to play, every second felt like eternity. We decided to go for it, open the door, and try to catch them off guard. With the element of surprise on our side, we hoped to take them out quickly and turn the tide. This was our last chance. Time was ticking, and it was now or never.
I don't know, man, there's two of them up there. I'm gonna fucking die for sure.
Oh, we're both gonna go. Let's try to get it. Make sure this door's closed.
What do you got, shotgun?
No, I have a SAR. I put these bags here.
Okay.
If they do get in here, respawn and close the garage door. So at least then they're stuck in this little area.
Right, right. Okay, what happens when we open this door? What's behind it?
I jump up. And probably them sitting there.
Here, maybe you go and I'll hide.
No, we both stand there. We stand there, we open it, we shoot.
Okay.
You're
Alright.
not standing. Okay. Ready?
Oh, I don't want to... Yes!
Go, go.
They're... Respawn.
That's called shooting.
I didn't have the code on it!
After they got in past our garage door, we respawned in our bags with just a shred of hope that we might be able to try again and kill them. That was until we heard this.
Here, you got that? I'm gonna try to kill him with a satchel.
I don't think I got the C4. That's the thing you really wanted.
It was in the bottom, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
Oh, there's still coming in.
Which one? Who's C4ing? Is that them?
Them, that's them.
And just like that, it was all over. All the hours we'd poured into this wipe, the fights, the raids, it all came crashing down in one chaotic, explosive moment. Sure, we didn't walk away with the loot or the glory this time, but honestly, that's what makes Rust so special. It's not about winning every battle or securing every raid. It's about the unforgettable stories you create along the way. And there's no one I'd rather be playing alongside.